Greetings. Peace, y'all. I'm gonna give it a second. While y'all are coming in, we are talking about the heart. Hey. Chakra. Okay. Heart chakra. Post. And pin. Peace, beloved. Hi, Uncle Pat. Hi. Let's see who else in here. Ash and Reiki and Huncho. Peace, beloved. All right. Y'all ready to jump into the chakra? So I wanted to jump on here because this is, to me, one of the most important chakras. And I know I say that with all of them. But literally, this is the bridge. So if you are in the journey of wanting to master self or wanting to evolve in who you are, the heart chakra is one of your most important ones. It's the key to your manifestation. It's the key to how you navigate your self-love journey. It's the key to how you navigate how you love others. When we're talking about chakras. Now, I will put out the disclaimer, depending on and y'all already know what I'm gonna say, your human design, okay, the character that you're supposed to play, depending on that, depending on some other factors, sometimes y'all gotta take everything with a grain of salt. And when I say that, that's knowing who you are. If you know your design, if you know the character and the role you're supposed to be playing within your story, then guess what? It helps you understand that I might not be overly emotional. Love you too, boo. Okay, I might not be an emotional person, or I might not be XYZ. So you have to kind of be careful about, and that's what this particular chakra is all about. Okay. You have to be careful about how you are putting yourself into this box. Okay. How are you creating the ceiling for yourself? So be very mindful when I give y'all this information, okay, that you understand from a very open perspective. Be open to learn. Okay. So the heart chakra, what did I say? I call this the bridge. Because why? It's in between the spiritual, okay, the higher self, and it's above all your grounding and your earthly dynamics. When we went through the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar, all of those are grounding elements. Those are very earthly dynamics, okay, things that we need to create a foundation, stability, love, okay, how we manifest in the world, how we are feeling empowered in the world. So it's a lot of physical dynamics. Then you get to this heart chakra, and you can't activate nothing up here. And this is why I really wanted to get into the chakra system, because a lot of people, they somehow think that we just jump here. We developed the third eye. We're, higher in consciousness because of these dynamics. There are levels. There's 7-year cycles for this. There's 7-year learning dynamics. That's not to say that you can't develop this, but there's a season for this, that this opens up like you just put a key in the door. All right. For some babies, because of their human design, they come in with this wide open. All right. But you have to kind of understand, this is the bridge. If your heart is not in alignment, if it's not flowing the way that it's supposed to be flowing, a lot of things start to get shaky up here. So this could be going too fast. This could be wide open. This could be blocked. It could be a whole lot of chaos and confusion going up in the upper chakras because this chakra is not in alignment. So that bridge between the physical realm and the spiritual realm starts here. It starts with the heart. Now, how do we get that connection? One of the things that's so amazing to me about the heart chakra is not only is it over the heart, the physical heart, exactly, my eye, okay, the physical heart, it's also over your lungs, okay, and thymus, but we're going to focus on the lungs and the heart. So when the heart chakra is off, What's being affected? Respiratory system. Things dealing with the lungs. When the heart chakra is off, that's when you find people having heart issues, heart complications, because of things going on with this heart. So holding on to stuff, being judgmental, holding on to grudges that shit happened 10 years ago and you still mad. Okay, it's really important for you to identify what's making this energy heavy for you and what is going to allow it to be open. When you have a blocked heart chakra, 9 times out of 10, you're having relationships that are being challenged. You're not able to get along with a lot of different people. There's some things like you become very judgmental. You lack empathy. Okay. There's some things that happen from an emotional well-being when your heart chakra is either blocked or sluggish, I like to say. Okay. The other dynamic, you might be an overgiver. I know it's a lot of women that's an overgiver. You're an overgiver. You always doing stuff and putting yourself last. That means you're lacking self-love. Anytime you're extrally, like, I'm extra giving to this person, I've given you my last and I know that it's going to put me in a situation or a predicament that I can't afford to be in. But that's the need for self-worth. That's that need for validation. That's that need for somebody else's love to make you feel love. Okay? So you got to be real mindful when you are doing things that is also neglecting, okay, who you are. Neglecting your own care and concern for yourself. Because when you start to neglect that, you'll start to see how your system is breaking down one by one. So how are you, being very mindful of not being an overgiver, but balancing that out? So you're operating in self-love, you're operating with compassion, but in a very balanced perspective. And most of the time, this can operate in a really great frequency and a really great energy when the 3 that we talked about the weeks before are in alignment. Why? Because the root chakra is about what? Security, safety, stability. That's our foundation. Our foundation is secure. So when my foundation is secure, it empowers me to do other things. Sorry, my phone ringing. Okay? It empowers me. That moves me up. Now, I have, the power behind me to experience life. To say, ooh, it's okay for me. Y'all know I love talking about some cake. It's okay for me to eat some cake. It's okay for me to enjoy all the pleasures that are connected to my senses. It's okay for me to indulge in this. Not to the point, okay? Not to the point that, you becoming addicted. But it's okay for you to know that I do deserve the beautiful house. I do deserve the nice car. I do deserve this loving mate. I do deserve whatever it is that you start to question whether you're worthy of it. Okay, now that's in alignment. Oh, we feeling good. Our foundation good. We secure. Our needs are taken care of. Food, clothing, and shelter, because that's the foundation. All right. Then we get into that sacral, and that's that, I can enjoy my life. I shouldn't feel guilty about making money. I shouldn't feel guilty about, enjoying the food that I enjoy. I shouldn't feel guilty about having sex responsibly. Okay. Then we get into the solar. The solar is going to give you the courage and the will to say, hey, I can go out here and accomplish anything. I am empowered. I am strong. I am joyful. I'm experiencing the best years of my life. This is a beautiful time. Okay? So then now we move into the heart where I feel loved. I am deserving of love. Okay? And because now we're in that heart space, this starts to open up the spiritual realm. That's the key. You got to look at it. The heart is the key. You mastered this physical realm. And if you think about it, each chakra is a 7-year cycle. So the first chakra, that was the first 7 years, 0 to 7. All right. We was kids. We was still in the, our parents' roof. And that could be all kind of different directions. But second cycle, another 7 years, 7 to 14. That was your sacral. All the lessons you should start learning. And I'm gonna make a comment after I finish this. Okay. Third cycle. That's another 7 years. Okay. We hitting 21 out of that cycle. Boom, we hit hard. Now, if you pay attention to your life and how we grow and evolve, pay attention to how those things are being affected. If in our 7-year cycle that we start dealing with the heart chakra, and these are the learning lessons of the heart, this is typically when you are going to college or you've decided to be on your own. So you probably experienced your first serious relationship by that point. Pay attention how that energy from that first serious relationship, or second for some of y'all, could have scarred or created a dynamic. Whatever happened between 21 and 28, that block, whatever's going on in that particular time, molded how you connect and align yourself in this physical realm and with the spiritual realm. Everything that's happening. And if you are not surrounded by a team of people who have your well-being at heart, that shit can go left. This is when you get jaded views of what relationships are. This is when you start to feel like you can't manifest things if you're not around people who go-getters. Peace, beloved. Greetings, greetings. Hey. Okay. So this could be really tricky. That 21 to 28 cycle, if you was in a relationship and it was toxic, I don't know about y'all, I was in one around them years. Whew. I had some toxicity going on in that time frame. Listen, Linda. So that could create some blockages. That could create some dynamics. Okay. And I really want to touch briefly on human design with this part, because with human design, when we have that heart center, which is our willpower, it could either put you in a position where you have the drive to go and it puts you into go mode, or it could put you in a position where you fall in a rut. Pay attention what happens in that 7-year cycle. If you have not hit that 7-year cycle, pay attention to how you are creating, okay, how you are creating the dynamic. Chevy, inbox me, beloved. Okay. So whatever you are creating or have created in that cycle can say a whole lot on how the rest of that time frame goes for you. Okay. And how much work you would actually have to do to align that energy. So when we get into that, like I said, the effects could be your relationships is jacked up. The effects could be you don't have no compassion for people. The effects could be F them hoes. Like, I mean, it could go like a lot of different ways. Your energy and your mindset could like really be on some crazy toxic energy, or it could be on some you a master manifester. This is where you learn to be a master manifester. Okay. And the reason I want to say that is because it's about manifestation. This is the strongest energy cycle. This port right here it's not none of this. These help you connect spiritually. This is the strongest because what? What did I say? It's the bridge. It's the connection between the upper world and the lower world, the physical realm and the spiritual realm. Because it's the connection between those two, boom, that gives us that whole, it's power right here, especially for my Leo babies, because y'all connected to the heart on some a whole nother level. Okay. It's power right here. And that power, if you are aligned with it the right way, you're able to use this because I can feel. I know what it feels like to drive my dream car. I know what it feels like to walk into my house in the country, whatever your dream or aspiration is. It's easy to muster up that feeling, that emotion, because it's coming from where? The heart. So this is a really strong place. This is also where y'all manifest the bullshit. Because you know what it feels like to be hurt. So you keep manifesting relationships, okay, that are connected to that same energy and frequency that you've already done. You know what it feels like to be broke. So you keep manifesting more lack mindset into your life. Pay attention to how you're feeling. This is a very big key on how you manifest things that you want to prosper in your life. All right. So, hold on. I do, like I said, and I started out with the disclaimer, just because you might have a lack of empathy doesn't necessarily mean that your heart chakra is out of alignment. It could also mean there's something going on in your human design chart. Maybe you have an undefined area in your chart that make you less emotional. I have an undefined emotional center. My solar center wide open. Sometimes I'm gonna be like real, like, and I'm bonds made and broken. Anybody that's familiar with human design. So I'm bonds made and broken, and I am an open center. So I can either be one extreme where I'll be like cutthroat, or I could be the other extreme where I'm super hypersensitive. Okay. So because I know that, and because I'm aware of that, I would go extra on making sure that I'm paying attention to certain dynamics. Is my heart in alignment? And this is my natural response to this situation? Or is my heart out of alignment? And I need to check that. Okay, so knowing who you are for the 100th time is a really great thing for you to do. Let's get into the foods and all the things that you need to heal this area. Okay. So when we are talking about foods that we can eat, this is all y'all green foods. This is the leafy greens. Anything that's green apples even, like anything that's green is really good for the heart. What I like to focus on specifically with green foods is your foods that are chlorophyll rich. Okay, because that's connected to the blood. And what do we need to be really, really healthy and good for our heart is our blood. The blood is responsible. The heart is responsible for pumping blood. So chlorophyll rich foods are really good for that heart chakra. All right. All the other ones are good too, but my favorites and the ones that you feel that immediate response or effect is those. Essential oils. Now, this could go so many different places, but my favorite for dealing with heart energy is rose oil. I make my own rose oil. You can do like rose petals and steep it and do your own oil, or rose water. Essential oil for rose is my favorite because we're talking about self-love. We're talking about how to bring in compassion, how to, bring in all of these dynamics that's going to make the heart feel really, really good and feel in alignment. So rose oil is one of my favorite. My second favorite is jasmine. Okay. My second favorite is jasmine, and that's probably because of energy-wise. There's some different energies that jasmine oil is connected to that I feel helps tap into that divine feminine energy, and I really feel like it's important. Hyssop is really good for that. Frankincense, to me, is good for all y'all chakras. That's like my cinnamon when it comes to oils. Frankincense is one of mine that I'll be like, you put this shit on everything and it's going to fix everything. So Just like I feel about cinnamon. You can put that shit on everything and it's going to work. All right, so crystals, of course, rose quartz. These are things that I use. I always have like a rose quartz charger to put my drinks on. I got big rose quartz crystals all over the house. I carry rose quartz crystals with me at all times. So rose quartz is a really good one. Malachite is a really good one. Emeralds are really good. Emeralds is my favorite. It's one of like the most gorgeous stones, whether you are getting one that is raw or polished. It's such a gorgeous stone, and it is a super stone. So if you're familiar with crystals and you're into crystals, you should already have an emerald crystal. If you don't have one, I promise you, when it comes to actual healing the body and things that it open up chamber wise, that emerald crystal is a fool. All right, it's going to be one of your favorite crystals to work with. What I would suggest is that you just pay attention to how are you checking in. And I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna do a video separate from all of this to show you just a quick routine to go through all the chakra energies, all the chakra points every day. Because the goal is to make this a part of your everyday life, not just because I'm doing this 7-day reset for each chakra. And then after this, we'll have an actual program that you can do a 21 day reset for all the chakras after this. But I really want y'all to incorporate tools and dynamics. If you know, and I told y'all, like, because of last year and the things that's been going on in our society, you really want to make sure that you are giving yourself some extra love, care, and attention, and nurturing the body, because this is really an important time in order for you to make sure that you are in alignment, so you're not getting sick, so you're not being susceptible to dynamics that are happening. Okay. All right. What I did put a couple of my favorites. So I have tuning forks for each chakra. This particular one, if you do have tuning forks, are interested in tuning forks, I actually get them from Soma Energetics, and this frequency was 639 hertz. Okay, so 639 hertz is a really good frequency when you're talking about specifically healing the heart chakra. Let me see if I got my I got this one. I don't know if y'all can hear that because I don't have my actual. Okay. And then the letter F is actually the sound. It's my favorite. But ain't nothing like a damn singing bowl. Singing bowls are the greatest. So if you don't have none, I highly suggest that you invest in a set of singing bowls. They literally create the right frequency and vibration right on time. Where did I get? I'm gonna send y'all a link privately, beloved. Okay. I'm gonna send y'all a link privately to the place that I get all, and they teach classes. I'm gonna teach y'all a class in our group, our mentorship program. I'm gonna teach you a class on how to use your tuning forks as well. Okay. Is this a glass? It's a crystal bowl. This is my crystal bowls. Yes. And the Tibetan bowls are nice too. I love the Tibetan bowls as well. The Tibetan bowls are really, really nice. So everybody who's in the mentorship, I'm teaching on tuning forks. I will be teaching on a couple of other energy dynamics that y'all have, because that's what's included in the program. For the ones that are wanting to sign up, it's already full, but I am putting people on a waiting list, and if I get a certain amount of people, I'll open up a second group. Okay. Where do I host the class? I do them privately, so they're online, they're virtually. If you're interested in taking this next program, inbox me, because it is I'll put a cap on the limit, like how big the class is, just because I don't like my energy to be pulled too much, because I'm a projector. I got to be mindful of that. But I am thinking about doing a second group along with this first group. All right. Ash, you excited? I'm excited too. I'm excited. So that's a little bit about the heart chakra. I really want to take time and go into the heart center. So I'll probably do that like I've been doing it, and do it at the end. Okay, the heart center. Because the heart center, when it comes to the human design, is a little bit different, and it's over more of your willpower. And that's why I love how they kind of connect. If you know what the heart chakra does, and you understand, okay, I can manifest things because of what I'm feeling and what's going on with my heart. And it's the bridge between, I need y'all to keep hearing me, that's why I keep saying it. It's the bridge between the physical realm and the metaphysical. I.e., my babies who took my class before, I ain't got no candle. I used to be like, hold your candle here. Put anything that you are trying to set intention with here, because this is the strongest energy point in your body. So you can push out whatever it is. You can create the frequency around this candle or this item that you're setting an intention with. You can be intentional and say, okay, boom, the feeling that I'm feeling is going into that. But also making sure that that feeling that you're feeling is on point. Okay? It can't be all over the place. All right. For the next 7 days, we started day 1 of the heart chakra today. The next 7 days, I will be sharing information on oils, different crystals, different yoga poses, different frequencies that you can listen to. One main frequency that you can listen to. Just different things that you can do to align the heart. Wearing the color green, i.e. why I got, it don't look that green on here, but why I got the color green on today. Wearing the color green, surrounding yourselves in an environment, which is why I put myself in this room. I got my green chair, got all my green stuff. This is the green room. Green also represents money. So this is my business, my office. So be very intentional with your home. It's so important. Like, what energy are you creating in your home that's going to be conducive to what you're striving to manifest in your life? I know that my office is about what? Healing. So that's the green. Being of abundance. That's the green. Okay. And also making sure I'm manifesting the right emotion and the right energy. It reminds me to be in my heart space. Okay. So wearing green this week will be really important. Find some ways to incorporate green in your home. I always highly suggest it's your office and your kitchen. Those are my 2 main places that I tell everybody to incorporate green, because it's really, really important on how it helps you connect to what you're supposed to be connect. Green in the kitchen, because it's going to help you remember that this food is for healing. The kitchen is a healing space. All right. The kitchen is your ability to heal your family, to create love in that space for the ones that you care for, the ones that you love. So everything is intentional if you take the time to, set the tone. Instead of just saying, oh, I put this color in here because it was cute. No, I need you to put it in there because it's an alignment. Okay? It's an alignment. When you're going with the flow of things, it helps you. Yes, houseplants are really good too. And yes, they do. There's some houseplants that are more connected to certain chakras than others because they produce a certain thing. Peace lilies and snake plants, i.e. why I have my snake plant, are really good because it does what? It purifies the air. What is the air connected to? Our lungs. So you want to think about how is it connected to what this particular response needs to be. Okay? How is it connected to what this response needs to be? All right? How can I show up for that? All right, guys? So hopefully, I don't know if anybody got some questions. Hopefully that helps you. Give me 2 seconds. Zach, it's time to sign on. I'm still homeschooling. What was the plant's name again? Peace lilies. A peace lily. And then a snake plant. This is the snake plant. The peace lily is the really pretty one that has the white lilies. I don't do good with peace lilies. Yeah, mine was doing really good at one point. Now it's just looking like it's on a wing and a prayer. It's on a wing and a prayer. I do good with aloe vera plants, as long as nobody else is messing with them. Okay. Where to get crystal bowls? Honestly, y'all, because of the pandemic, your best bet is to go to Amazon. I ain't gonna lie. The place that I initially got mine from when I first got my bowls were it closed down because it couldn't, hold through everything that happened. The replacements, because they break. Crystal bowls, what I will say, if you have children, I don't necessarily suggest getting crystal or glass bowls. And the reason is because they break. Okay, if something hits one of the other, like when this hits against another glass bowl or a crystal bowl, it's going to crack. And if it cracks, it distorts the sound. Metal, if you have children, Tibetan bowls or, any of your other bowls are going to be better, just because they're not easily broken. My first set of bowls that I got from the guy I actually got it from, one of my bowls broke like literally the first month we were in the house. The replacement bowl I was able to get from him before he closed, but my second set, one of my other bowls, my youngest baby broke it. Lil Zay, look, he did good. He's the only one that hadn't broke any bowls. Literally his first bowl that he broke, because he loved the singing bowls, he loved music. The first bowl that he broke was recently, like a month ago. And that's just because he picked the bowl up, and we be underestimating the power of baby Zay. He picked the bowl up and swung it back, and it hit one of the bowls, and it didn't break the other bowl, but it broke the bowl that he was holding. And I was just like, oh man. And it didn't break his bowl. His bowl was fine. It was my bowl. His bowl is still standing. My bowl was the one that was broke. Grand Rising, you just want to double check that we still work on heart chakra while being in this newborn state. All my babies who are in the class now, you should not be doing no chakra work. You can write down this information. You can take the information, but do not do. Only thing I need y'all to be focused on is dumping your shit. That's all you should be focused on. You should not be doing nothing else. Now do no extra nothing unless you are in another class or something like that. All right. That's all y'all should be focused on. All right. We will have a time when we'll be specific on that energy. Okay. What are the babies? What do you mean? What are the babies? Dump your shit. Okay. What are the babies? I don't know what you mean. You said dumping your shit gonna take all week. God dang. Ash. What you got? Lord, peace, honey. All right. So if there's no more questions, like I said, I'll probably do a, what about the baby? Oh, for the new babies that just come into class or that's just coming in, I might do something special for y'all. I'm trying to figure out what it is and where could I put that, because I'm trying to be mindful of not overwhelming myself and putting too much on my own plate. What foods do I recommend? You could do green apples, green pears. You could do leafy greens. So that could be spinach, that could be broccoli, that could be kale. Anything that's like super chlorophyll rich, okay? Especially smoothies that got like, if you are going to join the 21-day reset, when we do the 21-day reset, there's an actual specific heart juice that my mate created, and there's a heart smoothie that he created that will go into that particular reset. So the program that we have, so let me talk about that for a second. There's a 21-day set program. It's a reset. And that reset is going to be basically a more intense version of what I just did for y'all online. So it'll be very specific, like, hey, get up, say this, do this, drink this, okay, eat this. All right. So you can actually make sure that you are being very intentional to, today is about, the heart energy and how I, heal this particular heart and what I need to do in the journal prompts that are going towards that. So the 21-day reset, each day will represent a specific chakra, and every day during that 21 days, you will actually be working on that chakra. And it will include yoga, affirmations, a meal plan, all kind of stuff. That starts March 1st, if I'm not mistaken. Don't hold me to that, but I think it starts March 1st. So it starts March 1st, and it'll be a 21-day reset. Why? Because it takes 21 days to establish and to break a habit, right? So it's to help you get into the routine of waking up and being intentional on how to align and heal self, especially where it's needed. There's so much information out here that y'all can do. That's so amazing. If you just take the time to really study who you are first, so you can know what the blueprint is first. What is your story? If your story happens to have certain dynamics that's going to make you challenged in certain areas, it's telling you, hey, this is your story. This is what you decided to come and go to school for this lifetime around. Now your human design is going to tell you, how do you play your role and your part within your story? So I'm a projector with a bronze made and broken profile. On top of that, I'm a splenic projector, which means that I operate from logic and intuition more so than emotion. All right. So me understanding the role that I need to play within my story and the things that I decided to come master. And sometimes I'm with y'all. Like sometimes you get your charts and you be like, who picked this shit? My higher self must have been smoking. They were smoking some good because they picked some old crazy shit. They just really thought that this is what I needed to master. This is what we doing for real. Like you couldn't have picked me a good, crazy, simple life. No, you decided that I need to be challenged in money, relationships, and my mouth, how I talk to people. Okay, so that's the lesson y'all chose. The hell, what was you doing? What you was smoking? Okay, but listen, the mastery in it. There's some stuff that you will start to understand. Oh, I know why. I promise y'all, every time that I really sit down and be intentional when I'm going through, like, this is my self-reflection, and I suggest y'all do that every month, if not every week for some of us. Okay, I sat down and I was like, oh, the more I learn, the more it makes sense. Because I have placements in my natal chart that's like, oh no, you came to revolutionize how people look at this. You came to revolutionize how you even handle this. You came to revolutionize how it's been done generations before you. So now that you are creating a new way to do this, a new way to move. Okay? So when you do that, and I look at that from that perspective and realize that the placement it is in direct correlation to my relationship house. And what, lo and behold, do I have in my relationship house? Chiron, the wounded healer. So I had to learn through my relationships, understand different dynamics, go through them, go through the experience, and now gain the wisdom and the information and the knowledge to be able to say, hey, boo, maybe y'all need to pay attention to this, because y'all still trying to operate from this old worn out belief that relationships operate like this. Now I can show you there's some keys that y'all missing. They ain't give you the blueprint to this shit. Who got the blueprint to relationships? I just want to know, because you need to inbox me. Who got the blueprint to relationships when y'all started dating? How did you learn how to date? How did you learn how to get into a relationship? How did you learn how to navigate with someone that was raised completely different than you? How did you learn? Where did that come from? Where did your understanding come from? Okay? Once we start to understand, like, nobody got the damn right trial and error shit. Let me see if this works. Thank you, spiritual. Okay? Let me see if this works. Oh, this shit didn't work. Let me see if this works. And then now we come out of generations that want instant made. We want that shit to just be ready. Oh, you ain't doing what the fuck I want you to do. You ain't for me. Bye. I know I was part of that era for a minute. Like, you're not in alignment. I can't do you. Bye. Plus, that goes right into my bonds made and broken energy. I am a 3 type. We are bonds made and broken. We stay in some shit where we like, this is not in alignment. It don't feel good no more. I don't want to be a part of it. Throw the whole house away. So you got to really understand your chart and the character and the role that you're supposed to play. Once you start to understand that information, give yourself patience and time to master that element. Because a lot of times we get in a space where we're not being patient with ourselves. Projectors, it takes us 6 months, at least up to 6 months, to master what our design is, what we're supposed to naturally be doing. Why? Because we stay getting hijacked by somebody. Okay? So there's blueprints to all of this. It's just taking the time to be open and receptive and operate from a different level of consciousness. So instead of you moving from a very conditioned space and a conditioned way of doing things, now you'll actually start to see, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this. I bet. Or I should be operating like this. Okay. That makes sense why I was wanting to punch you in your throat. Or that makes sense why I could never hold a job down. You weren't supposed to be working that job. You were supposed to be an entrepreneur. I done seen that so many times when people chart. They were trying to figure out why their work history has been so inconsistent. It's inconsistent because you're doing some shit that you ain't supposed to be doing. You ain't supposed to be working for nobody. You're supposed to be working for yourself. You're supposed to be a boss, but something that happened between 7 and 14 created an energy that you didn't feel like you was empowered to be a boss. Know your blueprint. Know What is the story? What role are you playing? What character do you play? Okay? What character do you play? And then within that, that'll help you start navigating. Okay, I can check in and say, oh, this is some heart chakra shit. Or I can check in and say, no, this ain't heart chakra. This is my actual blueprint. That's my design. Okay, so how do I navigate both? How do I understand the balance of both? This is not a one size fit all. And I'm going to say this, and that's probably going to be my motto. Like, healing is not one size fit all. There's no one size fit all for anyone. You have to play around with all of this to figure out what works for you. But it really requires for you to understand your foundation and put your foundation in place first so you can navigate it. Okay? You got to know what your foundation is. Once you know your foundation and you know the energy with it, you'll be able to navigate differently. It'll make sense. It won't be so complicated, and you'll stop running into the brick wall. Who tired of running into the brick wall? I know I got tired a long time ago, but once you hit that brick wall a couple of times and you get that knot on your head, you'll start to be like, oh, you know what? I don't need to experience life like that. I don't need to go into the wall no more. I don't want to get hit by the bus no more. Okay? My goal is just to help y'all navigate this. My babies that know me. They know my true intention is to help you understand this from a level where you can do this by yourself. You'll know how to heal your energy by yourself. We should only be helping you do small maintenance. You shouldn't be dependent on us to the point where you're not able to navigate this journey by yourself. Even if it is just saying, hey, I don't want to learn all this extra shit. I really want to come in and let you map this out for me. Tell me what it is that I need to know so I can take this and run with it. What do I need to study so I can take it and run with it? I'm with you. Whatever it is. All right. You say you feel stuck in the middle of the chimney. God, dog. She said she ain't even running into the brick wall. She just stuck. She running into all the brick walls. Lord, bless it. I'm going to need you to inbox me. Okay? A lot of it is mentality. I'm going to give y'all this tip and then I'm going to get off. A lot of it is mentality. A lot of times when we feel that we are stuck, it's because we have conditioned ourselves to that belief. A lot of times you are conditioning yourself or have been conditioned that there's no way out. That you are not as powerful as you are. There's a lot of things in society, from everything around us, literally, that has been very intentional on conditioning you to stay limited, to stay in the box, to not be free. But who is that? Gardening goddess, you said you feel like you were in a chimney, but you have the key to say, the chimney is gone. You have the key to literally physically create the door. To manifest the door out of the chimney. To manifest that you ain't even in no fucking chimney. You need to manifest your ass being Santa Claus out this bug. That Santa Claus can come through the goddamn chimney and he about 300 pounds. You need to have the energy that I'm able to manifest my fat ass out this chimney. So whatever it is, it's like you have to have the mindset. It starts here first. Mentally, you can manifest whatever life you want. It starts here. If you decide, okay. If you decide that you want to show up, if you decide that you want to be a certain way in your life, it starts here. Okay? It starts here. All right. I'm done clowning with y'all today. I love you. I love you. I love you. Willfully, some of this information helped. I will do another video that's specifically dealing with the heart center and human design and how that affects you when it's open and when it's closed, and the organs that it, you know, of course it messes with the heart. And, you know, all the dynamics that's connected to that. All right. Peace, beloveds.